Okay, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. Right now I'm about to start Arlecchino's story quest. I've been running around all the places, doing events, and trying to build characters more than I can.
Hey, traveler, Paimon.
Oh, well, that's expected to see Lini.
Over here.
I wonder, what are we gonna do? Lini, it's been so long. I really gotta give my feedback to them to not give me
one of the more popular turns of phrase at the
same
moment. This appears to be
option
quite the
for
fated
the answer.
reunion. Running into you two out of the blue like this has really made my day.
Really?
I certainly wasn't expecting it.
Actually, what are you doing in this place?
You can say that again. What brings you to Poisson?
Yeah, just like I want to say.
Wait, Paimon's got it! You must be here for one of your magic shows, right?
Good idea, actually.
Actually, we've run into a bit of trouble on the home front, so Father
Trouble?
arranged for us to stay in Poisson for the time being.
Oh, are Lynette and Fremine here too?
Yep, along with most of the other members of the House of the Hearth. You may have noticed Poisson seems a bit more crowded than usual.
So you're saying nearly the entire organization has moved to Poisson? Sounds like you've run into way more than just a bit of trouble. What's really going on?
Because of what happened lately?
Well,
Since the two of you are so
Oh.
curious, perhaps I can fill in the gaps.
I thought Lini is here alone with his siblings, not with her.
You scared Paimon half to death!
What are you doing here?
Father, you're here.
And I don't trust you.
You know, on second thought, maybe we don't need to know. It's all probably super confidential House of the Hearth stuff, right? We totally weren't trying to pry or anything.
No need to be nervous. I could sense your genuine concern from your conversation just now. Of course, I can also understand your confusion. Sending so many Fatui here to Poisson, it's only natural that some might suspect an ulterior motive to be involved.
Well, we still have our reservations about your organization.
I understand. I'm well aware you've had your fair share of confrontations with the Fatui in the past, and I can't exactly guarantee that we'll remain on good terms in the future.
Yeah, one slip up and you're toast.
As for right now, however, I would say we have little reason to be at odds, wouldn't you agree?
For now.
The House of the Hearth could stand to be more open with those who have worked so closely with us in the past. As for the issue at hand, well, it hardly relates to any ulterior motive. To be frank, it all stems from a certain rumor circulating around the House of the Hearth.
Okay.
It's an internal matter.
Ah, so she's not gonna tell me.
What sort of rumor?
She just said it's an internal
A
thing.
rumor that a certain phantom child is
Phantom?
hiding away in the House of the Hearth.
Some sort of ghost story, maybe?
A phantom child? Ooh, just hearing the name is giving Paimon the creeps.
A spirit that should have long ceased to exist is lurking in the shadows of the House of the Hearth. So I decided to bring the children to Poisson before continuing to investigate the situation.
Oh, that's why.
I expect I should be able to track down the spirit fairly quickly. After that, it's just a matter of resolving the situation, if you will. It shouldn't be much trouble at all. If you're curious, or if you still have some concerns, it might be advisable to stick around for a few days. I'm sure the children would be exceedingly pleased to welcome some visitors.
I mean, stick around here, right?
Lenny, I'll leave you to entertain
with
our
you.
guests. I have some matters to attend to.
of course, Father.
You see, if she wasn't a Fatui, I would trust her slightly more. But not now. Couldn't help but feel intimidated during that conversation with the knave. Now that she's gone, it feels like I finally breathe again. She also suggested that we stick around for a few days, but why? Does she want me to keep somewhere interesting?
It has long been a dream of mine to invite you to our home and introduce you to my other siblings.
But we can't go, right?
You're quite well known in the organization already. A lot of people have been talking about you,
Actually, now I
especially
should
after
think
everything
about
with
where is the
prophecy.
place? Where is the House of the Heart? I only know Lynette's Fremine's home. It's not the orphanage.
If you're willing, why don't you stay a while and have a little chat with us?
Alright. We don't have anything else to do right now anyway. But let's be clear, we're just gonna be there as guests, okay? Don't
Yeah.
get any funny... Oh, wait a second. For your guests, that probably means we'll be treated to lots of yummy food, right?
Paimon, finish your sentence. We're not going to do any dirty work.
Of course. During our stay in Poisson, we've been helping out the locals with some fishing. We bring in quite the bounty every day. In fact, today's the perfect chance for me to show you what I can do in the kitchen. Let's go. I'll take you to where we're staying.
Okay. The part lane goes out. Well, we'll see who goes out when. Wait, where? Oh. Thought I'm gonna go outside of this place. For now, I'm gonna use this Hyper Balloon team because it is the best.
We rented this house from one of the locals to use as a temporary base. I'll come back later and tidy up a bit.
Isn't the
After that,
same
it should be
house
all
we
ready for you to stay in
transported?
tonight.
Awesome, thanks! So, where are we off to now?
Well, when I happened to run into you two earlier, I was actually in the middle of distributing some supplies. With this many people staying in Poisson, we have to bring in outside supplies every now and then.
It's not magic
I
pockets,
should
is it?
probably make sure the rest of these provisions get delivered. Otherwise, people might start to get antsy.
Okay, we'll come with. There are all sorts of rumors about your organization floating around out there. Paimon's not sure if she could even take a wild guess as to what's true and what's not.
Does Linny even know what the Fatui are doing?
But now that we
All
finally
of
have the
it.
chance to see a day in the life of the house, we can take a good look at how you operate.
Well, you're more than welcome to come along. Just follow me.
Okay, well. Oh, we're now really going up to that ship? Ah, no, we're not. Just passing by. Is this one of those quests where I'll be running around and just talking?
Linny, you're finally here. The supplies. I'm assuming you've...
Brought them with me? Yep, here you go. Hello? Something caught your eye?
Yeah, what are you staring at?
It's the Traveler in Paimon!
Yes, it is.
No way!
Why you ask?
Come here, everyone! Hurry! The Traveler and Paimon are here!
Why?
One at a time,
what's the thing?
please. Don't crowd around them all at once.
What's going
We
on?
don't want to scare off our guests now, do we?
Oh, it's alright! Gotta say, Paimon didn't realize we were this famous. Of course! Father and Linny have told us so much about you.
Oh, they have told stuff.
Father told us about how you helped Linny. According to her, you're a trustworthy friend. And as far as she's concerned, that's pretty much the highest compliment we've ever heard her give. As you can imagine, everyone's been very curious about you.
I heard the Traveler is so strong that he can move a mountain with his bare hands.
Uh,
I heard
Let's
Paimon
just keep
eats
it at
so
that.
much that she can clean out the entire pantry at Hotel de Boer in just 3 days. Wait a second! That's the rumor you heard about Paimon? Oh, not cool at all!
mine's also a bit stretch.
Oh, wait! When guests visit, you're supposed to give them gifts and stuff, right?
What? No, they don't.
Oh, we don't need something like that. Besides, we don't have anything to give to you. Come on, we insist. I can give you some of my new potions. Just pick your poison. And by that, I mean medicine or actual poison. I've got both.
Wait. Why is a kid making poison?
Or maybe Shaplo can teach you guys about stealth. He's super good at it. He's never been caught.
What has the house been teaching you?
Ah, now that's not
What's
a bad
going on
idea.
here?
I know you usually prefer to fight head on, but it never hurts to expand
Are
your
you
bag
also
of tricks, right?
weirdo?
When it comes to eliminating your enemies, staying quiet can go a long way. Trust me, I would know. I was poisoned not too long ago, and I'm still dealing with the after effects.
Did you drink the
So
actual
I'm not quite as
poison?
good as I was before, but I can still give you some pointers.
Wait. When you said gifts, I didn't think you meant poison and stealth tactics.
Yeah. Now I know not to trust Fatui even more.
But those are the best things we can give you. You don't like them? Ooh, how
Really?
about this? Tell me the name of someone who really annoys you, and we'll teach him a lesson for you.
You know, that one guy in Mondstadt. What was his name? He was harassing Barbara. Wait, no, forget about that. I'm not gonna order a killer.
All right, Fold, Selwar. I think that's enough suggestions for now. When it comes to being a good host, it's the thought that counts.
Yeah,
You don't need a physical gift to make our guests
I
happy.
don't need
In fact,
someone
pestering
dead
them with
right now.
suggestion after suggestion might make them more annoyed than anything. I would say your enthusiasm has certainly gotten across.
Really?
Absolutely.
Awesome! It's been so long since we've had guests to play with. If there's anything you need, just let us know. Yeah, especially if it's poison or something.
Stop
I
it
got
with the
all sorts
poison.
of potions for that.
No.
Well, we'll talk to you all later. We've still got supplies to distribute.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
Yeah, what a weird bunch.
Lenny, about all that poison and stealth tactics talk just now.
Scared you, did it? That kind of talk comes with being part of the House of the Hearth. When Foltz was really young, he strangled all of his family pets. Just out of curiosity.
But
He
what?
was labeled a dangerous problem child and was abandoned by his family.
Curiosity? I mean, what else could happen? Abandoned by his family, yeah. No wonder.
Elwar has an unnatural obsession with potions. Father has forbidden her from trying all the different concoctions she comes up with, but she still tries to test them in secret.
Oh, great.
You really have to keep an eye on that one.
A kid that don't know any better.
Chaplot is around my age. While I'm mainly responsible for collecting
What
intelligence,
is your
he
age,
handles
Winnie?
surveillance.
20?
He's very passionate about his work and has no reservations about taking on some very difficult missions. I know you two probably aren't used to that kind of talk, but I can promise you they only had the best of intentions. Things like stealth tactics and developing different poisons, they really mean a lot to them. They were just trying to share the best of what they could offer, that's all.
Okay. Well, in other words, it's full of weird people. Continue distributing supplies. I didn't distribute anything.
Filio, supplies are here.
Thanks. And who are these two? Outsiders?
Yeah,
Allow me to
we're
introduce
outsiders.
you. This is the Traveler and Paimon.
Oh, you're the famous duo I've been hearing so much of. It's nice to meet you.
Maybe
I heard
Lenny
you've
shouldn't
traveled
have
to all
introduced
sorts
us.
of places. Is that true?
Of course, we're making our way all across to that.
Yeah, and we still have a lot of way to go.
Oh, good for you.
You must be pretty familiar with
Are
Fontaine
you
by now.
envious?
Have you seen the new opera that started running recently? I think it's called The 4,000 Thieves?
I don't know.
Oh, this is the first we've heard of it.
It seems like it's going to be fantastic. From what I've been able to tell from the posters, anyway. You should definitely check it out if you have the time.
Oh, and there's the Blind Maiden, too. That one is supposed to have audience interaction. Seems pretty interesting.
Is Farina part of it? If not, then I'm not going.
After this mission is over, I think I'll go get a manicure.
Oh, maybe I should dye my hair. Wonder how much it'll cost.
Is it just Paimon, or do these two seem much
Yeah, they're
easier to get along with than the others?
more
Looks like the House
down
of the
to
Hearth
the
has
earth.
some normal members after all.
I heard that.
Good.
Oh! Oops.
I'm guessing you're referring to Foltz and the others? Yeah, we're definitely not all like them.
I bet those crazies are practically foaming at the
Crazies.
mouth right now. I'm sure they just can't wait to get back to Snezhnaya to carry out the plan.
That's enough, Filio.
What plan?
don't talk about family members behind their back, right? Whatever. Let's go.
Guess this is goodbye then.
Seems like she
If you ever have
doesn't
some time, we should go see the opera together.
approve of their actions.
Well, that's it for the supplies. We should probably head back as well.
Well, they didn't seem too happy with each other. Seems like there could be something more going on here.
We should observe for now.
You're right. We're only here as guests after all. Oh, Linny's getting super far ahead. Come on, let's catch up.
Am I gonna see Navia here as well? Temporary accommodations.
So, what do you think of the members you've met so
This
far?
certainly got a lot of personality.
Well, Father is always encouraging us to be strong-willed and independent. So if there's one thing we've got, it's people who aren't afraid to speak their mind. Well, I should probably get cooking. Wanna join?
Of course!
Okay.
Then let's head out and... Uh-huh. Fremine, what are you doing here?
Looking at boxes.
Well,
Hey, nice to see you again!
you too. I heard you're here as guests of House of the Hearth. Welcome.
We were just going to make some food. Why don't you come along? I could use some help in the kitchen, and I seem to remember you mentioning you wanted to make seafood soup for the traveler in Paimon.
Oh, really?
Seafood soup? Oh, Paimon's drooling already.
Were you looking for something just now, Fremine? Maybe I can help.
It's nothing. I just wanted to see if there were any extra supplies.
Yeah, we've got some left over. What do you need?
Some food and water. And some clean cloth, if possible.
Okay.
No problem. Give me a second
What's
here.
it for?
Food, water, wait a minute. What do you need all of those for? You're not on any missions as far as I'm aware, and you were just going to come eat with us.
Maybe
So what's this all about?
a secret mission?
I thought I'd grab an extra portion because I get hungry at night. Could be because I'm growing, you know?
Fremine, you remember what I told you? You're not like me. Your lying skills still need some work.
Lying
Tell
skills.
me what's going on. Is it really bad enough that you have to keep it from your own brother?
Maybe it'll be better if we gave them some space.
Yeah, let's just back off.
This is the first time I've seen that kind of look on your face. Whatever happened, does it have something to do with Father?
Yes.
Oh, we're already getting to the point? Or maybe
Just follow me.
subtly follow you where? To the ship? I already made a full circle.
You're back! Oh,
Wait.
and you've brought some friends with you this time.
Hello, my name's Linny.
Who's that?
I grew up in the House of the Hearth. And you are?
Hi, Linny. I'm also a child of the House of the Hearth, just like you.
Oh man. I didn't. I'm shocked. How is Clervie here? Wait, this doesn't make any sense.
You can call me Clervie.
Yep. I did see the trailer. It was interesting. It was awesome and sad as well. How is she alive?
Clervie?
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you. Does that name ring any bells, Linny?
No.
Well, I'm supposed to
Not at
not
all.
know, but I know
That's
her.
not a name we have on our roster, I'm sure of it. What I'm not sure of, though, is how she managed to sneak in.
She survived? No way.
She must be the
That's also
phantom
not
child
possible.
Father's
She's
been
younger
searching
here.
for. From the looks of it, I'm guessing you were the one that found her, Fremine.
Found her
You,
where? Here?
Haven't told
In the
Father,
water?
have
What?
you?
No, I haven't told anyone. I've just
Let's
been
remember, this is
keeping her hidden.
after the prophecy. And we got through that. Did something change?
For how long?
I'm confused.
About half a month
I mean, it's cool to see Clervie alive and everything, but
So
still.
ever since we got to Poisson then, do you have any idea what you're doing?
What?
I know what I'm doing.
Really?
What is he
Because from
doing?
where I'm standing, it looks like you're hiding the very person Father has been trying to find. If Father finds out about this, everyone involved is going to be punished.
Speaking of punishment, what would Arlecchino do? Kill her again? Or what?
You know the rules of the house, Fremine. I know you do. Father doesn't tolerate any form of betrayal. So why are you doing this?
I've thought it through. And I just can't hand her over like that.
Ah, okay.
Linny, don't you remember last year?
He probably knows
Chaplin
what she
nearly
will
died
do.
after getting poisoned during that one mission. He wasn't able to get back before the poison started taking effect, and not a single person was there to help him. That night, while I was sleeping, I heard a voice telling me to go save him. I opened my eyes, but I couldn't find the source of the voice. I thought maybe I was just hearing things,
That sounds
but I went
creepy.
to look for him anyway. Luckily, I got there with enough time to save his life. That feeling of being haunted, of hearing voices,
What's Clervie doing?
it's happened many
I
times
want
in the
to
House of the
talk to
Hearth.
her now.
So what you're saying is, that was her? She was the one who spoke to you that night?
Oh, that's how
Unless
you
there are
saved
other
someone.
spirits roaming around the House of the Hearth, I don't think there's any other
So
possibility.
maybe she's a spirit.
If Clervie were our enemy, it wouldn't matter whether she was a spirit or an actual child. I would have acted without a second thought, because that's what Father ordered us to do. But she's been living with us, helping us from the shadows all this time. I think that
And
makes her
Arlecchino
family.
didn't notice? Only now?
I couldn't just hand her over to be dealt with. Not when there's so much we still don't know.
So what's your plan then? You can't keep her here forever. Someone is bound to find out eventually.
I haven't thought that far
Well,
yet.
maybe if Linny
I don't
would
want
help
to disobey an order
Fremine.
from Father, but I also don't want to put Clervie in danger.
Me
Come
neither.
with me. There are a couple things I'd like to say to you in private.
Oh boy, here comes an argument.
Those two sure care a lot about each other. Well, they got a funny way of showing it. From where Paimon was floating, it sure seemed like they were about to bite each other's heads off.
Well, it's not that bad.
No way! They have a really deep bond. I could tell right away, because I also have a friend like that.
Okay.
Just don't know how long that kind of bond can last.
What do you mean?
The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine.
Oh,
No one can get out alive.
see, she knows things.
I'm sorry, Linny.
Okay.
I really didn't
Something
mean to drag
bad
anyone
is
else
going to
into
happen
this.
in this quest.
Oh really? You didn't mean to? 'Cause I for one wish you did.
I know we will have to have that boss battle against Arlecchino, which I have yet to see. I have Arlecchino herself, but I don't know anything about the boss battle.
Huh?
Or the
What do you
cutscenes.
mean?
You know, when we were younger, you didn't call me Linny. You called me brother, just like Lynette. We grew up together, the three of us. We were all orphans, all rescued by Father. Of all the siblings in the House of the Hearth, I think our bond was the closest. Later on, when you started calling me Linny, I wasn't actually surprised. After all, Lynette and I are related by blood. We've had to depend on each other to survive long before we joined the house.
Linny,
Yes, we
The
know.
darkest and most difficult moments of my life happened before you and I had ever met. I'm sure that's true for you as well. Even so, Fremine, we've stood by each other for all these years now, and to me, that means more than blood. You and Lynette are the most important people in my life. No one can replace you. So I won't let you face anything alone.
Oh, looks like things are getting kinda heated between Linny and Fremine. Maybe we should go check on them.
It's not heated. Lily's just emotional.
It's raining. I should put my clothes away.
No, not at the moment.
Harry? What? Looks like she's not here either.
Just taking a quick screenshot. This is unusual. What's wrong with you
Hey,
two?
you two! Hope we aren't interrupting anything. Like a fight. Oh, wait a minute, Fremine. You're not crying, are you? Is everything alright?
Everything's fine. Thanks for asking.
Well, we're all friends here, right? We've been through so much together, so if there's anything we can do to help, just say the word.
It's just a small family dispute. It's not something our guests should trouble themselves with.
I hope it was small,
In fact, it might be better if your stay ended here.
but sometimes having guests around can come in handy.
What are you getting at, Traveler?
When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior.
Yeah.
And any disputes are less likely to escalate. That's what you're trying to say,
Exactly.
isn't it? I just... Thank you. I was really hoping to keep you out of it. But even if I could think of some other reason to turn you away, I'm not sure I could convince you. I know things could turn dangerous, so I promise you this. From now on, I'll protect you like my life depends on it.
Me too.
Well, back to the matter at hand then. If we don't plan on handing Clervie over to Father, then our only other option is to solve the mystery of her identity before Father is able to track her down.
And then what? How's that gonna
means
help?
finding out where she came from and what she's doing here. Then we
She
can send
came
her on
from
her merry
Fontaine,
way and
that's
pretend
simple.
like none of this ever happened.
I've tried that already.
And?
And... nothing.
Nothing?
I tried taking her somewhere really far away, but... after some time, she just reappeared. She even came with us all the way to Poisson. It seems like wherever the house is, she follows.
So there must be more characters. I can't. I'm taking another picture.
I don't know much about spirits. Do you two have any ideas?
Let's see here. Paimon remembers hearing something like, if you fulfill a spirit's last wish before they died, they'll let go of whatever's keeping them here and return to the ley lines.
No, didn't Hu Tao say that?
Oh, it's just that
I
Paimon
think.
doesn't really remember where she heard that, so it's not guaranteed to work or anything.
Well, in any case, it was leeway.
Well, sounds like it's worth a shot. Guess that means we should go ask her about her wish. But first, Fremine, I need you to promise me something.
What is it?
Don't tell anyone?
I need you to promise me that this will stay between the two of us.
Yep.
We're the
I thought
masterminds
so.
behind this whole thing. No one else gets involved. Can you do that for me?
Of course. I promise.
All right. Then let's seal the promise just like when we were kids. Fist bump on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I swear.
Wait a minute. Lynette? Came out of nowhere.
Whoa!
Lynette!
You scared me.
But what a surprise! What brings you here, dear sister? And, when exactly did you get here?
She was watching us.
You're an idiot, brother.
Great.
And And you too, Fremine. You 3, Traveler. And you 4, Paimon.
Why me? What did I do?
Wait, what did we do?
Yeah.
I've seen Clervie around the House of the Hearth before. I
Oh,
hadn't
great.
seen her in Poisson, so I figured she must not have come with us. But it turns out you were just hiding her.
So you ignore her all this
I
time?
heard you talking about your plan. Rather than steering clear of the situation, I'd rather fully join in.
Well, okay. More problems for us.
If you don't agree, I'll have no choice but to report everything back to Father.
Wait,
Simple
what?
as that.
What?
You're not giving us much wiggle room here, Lynette.
Yeah. Just making us say yes.
Well, I guess we're all in this together then. After we talk to Clervie, we'll figure out our next move. There's no time to lose. Let's go.
Oh boy, this is gonna cause some problems. I feel it.
I'm full. Thank you for
full?
bringing me this food, you guys.
You haven't touched it.
She said she's full, but the food doesn't look like it's even been touched.
Just as Paimon said. Well, she's a spear. She can't actually eat. Well, she can imagine eating it, right?
That's right. Based on what I've been able to observe, it doesn't seem like Clervie can interact with the physical world at all. Still,
Really?
when she's presented with food, she'll always linger around it for a good little while. Maybe, in her mind, she really is eating those things.
Does she know that she has already passed away?
I've tried to ask her, but she didn't answer. My guess is that she's just as confused as we are. Or
It could be.
maybe she couldn't understand the question at all.
Or maybe she... Well, either. There's two options, right? She knows, and she doesn't want to acknowledge it. Or she doesn't know and thinks you are weird.
Clervie, if you've got some time, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Sure. Oh, another new friend. Hi, I'm Clervie.
Hello.
Clervie, how did you join the House of the Hearth?
Huh?
Oh, good
Isn't it the
question.
same for everybody?
No.
The knave brings you here and
You
then
get
can't
kidnapped.
leave.
It's just that your name, it's not on the roster. And I've never seen you before.
The roster? Oh, I get it now. I think there might be some things you don't know about this place. The people in charge, they're not as nice as they look. They say they keep a roster, but it's not complete.
Well, that's
There are a lot of people who
even
aren't on
creepier.
it, and never will be.
I trust her. There's something else going on
In this
behind our
house,
backs.
Some people are family, and other people are just test subjects. Those kinds of people aren't ever going to get a place on the roster. Unless
I
it's
see.
the roster of people who've been executed.
Executed. So okay, these three are family and the rest are test subjects. I see.
Wait, does that mean the knave...
Is there anyone that can vouch for you?
Perry, she's my best friend. She's the only one I trust in this place.
But
Have either of you heard of that name before?
No.
I know, but how's that
Me
possible?
neither.
Clervie, Perry. Neither of those names are on the roster. But it seems like she's telling the truth. Either that, or this kid's already got a bag of tricks bigger than mine. Maybe we should try a different approach. Clervie, do you have a wish?
A wish?
Oh,
It can be anything you
so we
want.
can see if
Just
she
imagine.
disappears.
It's your birthday, you're blowing out the candles, and your wish is...
To go outside,
Just
where the
outside?
sun can find me. That's it? Well, that sounds easy enough. The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine.
What does she mean by that? Things can't be this simple.
Okay, time to divide and conquer. Listen up. I'll try and find a way to use basic illusory magic to take Clervie outside and bring her somewhere with sunlight.
Okay,
Annette,
try it.
try and find the list of executions that Clervie was talking about, and see if her name is on it. Fremine, you stay in Poisson. We can't be the only ones who've had run-ins with Clervie.
Understood.
I'll try my best.
What about us?
I really appreciate your willingness to help, but this is a family matter.
So I'm just gonna
I don't
stand
want
by.
to drag you in too deep. It's too risky. Let me think. Since Father considers you to be guests, maybe you could stick by her side for a little while.
Oh.
You don't need to do anything except keep up some nice casual
Waste
conversation.
time with her, right?
Ah, Paimon gets it. You want us to distract her.
How should we contact you?
I'll give you a magic bird.
Oh,
If Father suspects
I never
something,
seen this
all
one.
you need to do is release it when she's not looking.
It's a different
and
color.
it'll alert me that something's wrong. Of course, that's only as a last resort. If Father doesn't seem to notice us, there's no need to make contact. If the worst case scenario happens and we're discovered, just tell Father everything. We're not going to let our guests get punished for our own actions. That's where we draw the line.
Be careful. Although I do think I'll
You
get
too.
punished.
Okay,
You know,
this is where we part.
holding on into the information.
I really hope this goes well. No, it has to go well.
Yeah,
That's
otherwise...
the only way this can get resolved.
Otherwise it's gonna get worse. Okay. Probably go to seaside to look for the knave. Clervie, talk to me.
Clervie, I'd like to take you somewhere. Is that okay with you?
Sure. Where are we going?
Outside. Child is here. That's unexpected.
It's the knave and child.
Child, what are you doing here? You were thrown back to Snezhnaya like a sack of potatoes. Why are you back?
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in Snezhnaya recuperating?
Yeah.
What are you still doing in Fontaine?
Oh, it's you two. I didn't expect to run into you here. I was unconscious for quite a while after the fight in the Primordial Sea. After I
don't
woke
say.
up, I realized I was being taken back to Snezhnaya, and I couldn't have that now, could I? Not when I've still got unfinished business here in Fontaine. So, I
What's
mustered
the
up all my
unfinished
strength
business?
and made the journey back on my own.
You wanna fight Nouvellette again or what? What's the unfinished business? It's clearly Fontaine doesn't want you here.
What sort of unfinished business are we talking here?
It has to do with Skirk, my
Oh,
master. I really wanted to meet up with her, but by the time I got back, she had already left.
but why do you think she's here? You know actually where to find her?
I still have so many questions for her. Without any other leads, all I could do was ask the knave to help me track her down. She must have left behind some traces from her time in Fontaine.
I don't think so. Skirk was in the bottom of the Primordial Sea. How can someone track that down?
Oh, okay. So, have you found any clues?
Unfortunately, no. While the House of the Hearth is adept at collecting all manner of intelligence, certain existences can still manage to escape our purview.
Basically, unless Master feels there's a need to meet with me, she's not going to be found.
Okay, so what's the problem
But
then?
that problem has an easy fix. I just need to become stronger, and then...
Paimon thinks you should focus on getting better first.
The worst of it is over. It's all thanks to that one kid from the House of the Hearth. Elwar, I think her name was. She gave me a bunch of random potions to drink.
Random
They didn't go down
potions.
easy, let me tell you. Pain and chills all over. But they really did help speed up my recovery. And that's good, because it looks like I really do have to head back this time. The old man's been putting the pressure on me. He sent someone to tell me I'm needed for some sort of project.
Oh. You mean the mayor?
Project Stuja?
What a name.
Yeah, that's the one. I heard Regrator's involved too. I'm not looking forward to having to listen to all his monologuing, that's for sure.
Oh, great.
Hey, Maybe you could think of a way for me to stay in Fontaine for a little longer.
So there's an upcoming project that we're gonna probably see, but not so soon.
Helping Linny and the others brush up on their fighting skills would be far more interesting. If you and I could spar, that would be even better. I've been waiting for a chance to see you go all out.
And what a sweet little daydream that
Yeah.
is. But I also have a role to play in all this. I'll be leaving Fontaine shortly as well. Besides, considering how little they see fit to step outside the homeland, being called on to return to Snezhnaya by such illustrious dignitaries, what a great honor. Wouldn't you agree?
She doesn't sound like she's fond of returning. So, wait, well, there's only a few that haven't left. That's Regrader, Pulcinella, Colombina, and Sandrone. The rest have at least once left. Snezhnaya.
One I could do without, I'd say.
Is it just Paimon? Or does it kind of seem like they're...
Just casual trash talking their colleagues behind their backs.
So, dear guests of the House of the Hearth, to what do I owe the visit?
I don't know, waste time.
Well...
Let's learn more about you.
Right! We're super close to Linny and the others, but...
Yeah, tell me
we
your
still
secrets,
don't
how
know
can I
much
defeat
about
you faster?
Is that so? Introductions have already been made, have they not?
Oh, well...
Now,
you
Paimon,
see,
stop screwing it
there's
up.
only so much you can learn about someone from a short introduction. At least tell us something a little extra, like... Why do you call yourself father?
Huh, good question.
Yeah.
I'd also like to know.
Child, back me up.
The fact that you have to ask tells me our intelligence work has been quite successful. Telling you the answer to that question would only serve to undermine that success. And we can't have that. Now can we?
Bullshit. Just tell me.
Spoken like a true diplomat. That was some expert sidestepping right there.
Well, if there's nothing else, I think I'll take my leave. I still have a small matter to resolve at home.
Wait, don't go!
He leaves right now. She's sure to run into Linny and Clervie. Should I release the bird Linny gave us? No, we should try talking about something else first. About the House of the Heart. What does the organization mean to you?
I'd also like to hear the answer to this. I've met some of the members of your organization, and they all seemed like really good kids. They actually reminded me of Tonya and Tusser. Which, by the way, if you ever betray them, I'm just letting you know, I won't let you off easy.
Oh, really?
And why would I betray them?
Well, you've already betrayed the House of the Hearth once, haven't you?
Once?
At least, that's what I heard.
Oh, she's angry.
Okay, I admit. That's just what the old man told me. The rooster, I mean.
Well, yeah, the mayor. They betrayed the House of the Heart, so does that mean Clervie said was true? Does they really treat the children like test subjects?
Wait, did you really...
Well,
do
there's
something bad to
also
those
that the mayor has an influence over child because he's taking care of child's family. So there could be some strings pulled.
Never mind what I've done. I'm more curious as to what the mighty rooster had to say. Care to enlighten me?
Ah, well, nothing much. Just some stuff about you taking out many other members of the House of the Hearth, and even going so far to attack your own family.
I see.
Oh, based on your reaction, I'm guessing it's all a bunch of lies.
Actually, I already heard voice lines of Arlecchino, and what was it? Who said that? I forgot. Ah, Wanderer. He said about Arlecchino that she would gladly betray even the Tsaritsa.
Hardly. I don't appreciate his
So I
particular
think
turns
there
of
is some
phrase,
truth to it.
But I suppose he didn't say anything untrue.
Ah, see? See how she likes to twist those words? He didn't say something untrue, but she's not gonna say which one was the truth.
Although, it would be more accurate to say that there is a certain level of prejudice involved. But I don't intend to clear that up just yet. Prejudice has a funny way of concealing the real truth.
Yeah,
behind certain
very funny.
things, an attribute that I find to
See
be
how
quite
she tries to
advantageous.
manipulate her words and get out of this situation. Just for short, don't trust her.
Call yourself a Fontanian, for example, and people will assume all sorts of things, when the real truth is that this is simply the land where I was raised.
Okay, I didn't know that you were raised, but you're not a Fontanian. I never believed that. When I first met you, you said you are.
You're not actually from Fontaine?
Of course she's
But
not.
then why did you try to help out with the prophecy and
She's
everything?
lying.
I was trying to protect the children born in Fontaine. Claiming that I myself was a Fontanian simply made it easier to operate.
Yeah,
People
see?
would hardly suspect a fellow Fontanian of having any ulterior motives.
She's probably
wouldn't
from
want to save their
Snezhnaya,
homeland
was
after all?
taken here to you know, the previous orphanage, raised and taken back.
The primordial sea wouldn't have any effect on me, but it would have caused great harm to the House of the Hearth.
Yeah.
Well, you wanted
Less
extra
test
information,
subjects.
didn't you?
So much for learning anything else about her betrayal. She probably only revealed that other secret in order to change the subject. See? Even Ether is catching up. Seems like she's trying to avoid talking about her past.
So, you stayed in Fontaine for the kids. I guess I was wrong to believe you'd betray them. Apologies. Looks like I was holding on to some prejudices myself.
Good. Like I said, I like it when others have misconceptions of me.
Ah. Well, that might be the only truth she's saying. She likes it when there's no certain information about her.
Actually, while I was recuperating at the House of the Hearth, there was something else that really caught my attention. I heard that members always resolve disputes and arguments with a friendly spar, and the loser has to back down.
Friendly spar?
Seems pretty cool if you ask me. Would also give them plenty of opportunities to hone their skills.
Of course, child wants to fight
Well,
everyone.
that's only a recent development. In the past, such spars weren't nearly so friendly. The losing party would lose everything, including their life.
They were that high stakes? Whew, at least that's not a thing anymore.
Well, the current atmosphere's not half bad. I'm a bit jealous, actually.
Not that bad.
You've got so many family members around you, and you even get to live with them.
Having a lot of family around means dealing with a considerable amount of bickering and scheming. Once Tonya and Tusar enter their rebellious phase, I'm sure you'll understand.
So, they're 10 or under, I guess. The rebellious phase is usually 12, 13, 14 maybe.
Just imagine. Tusar becomes obsessed with plucking out strands from the rooster's mustache, or Tonya decides to dye her hair 42 different colors.
I'm sure child doesn't want to see that happen.
Okay. I get the picture.
I'm not gonna read that, I know. it goes too fast.
Well, would you look at the time? I should probably get going.
So where are you going?
Traveler, Paimon, I'm not sure where our paths will cross next, but the next time we run into each other, we should definitely try and find some time to spar.
Would be weird if I see you in that land, because that's where the combat is happening.
Again, maybe this is a conversation we can have when you look less like you're gonna kill over.
All right. Well, thanks for everything,
I'm still
Arlecchino.
wondering if we're gonna actually have a rematch one day.
No thanks necessary. You also played a part in obtaining the Gnosis. I would say we can call ourselves even.
That wasn't his plan.
I like the sound of that. Well, I'm off. See you all some other time.
Yeah, see ya.
We
In
should
about
probably get going too.
10 patches
Do
later.
You wanna head back with us?
Oh? You want me to leave so soon?
Then she wanted to leave, now she doesn't want?
Oh,
I'm rather enjoying the evening breeze. If you don't mind, I think I'll stick around for a bit.
Really?
I have some things to think about.
Is it because of the conversation? You were in
Apologies
such
for
a
not
hurry a
attending
moment
to you
ago.
like a proper host. Please forgive this slight. I do hope you'll have a pleasant stay.
We managed to keep her distracted until nightfall.
Yeah, for a
The
moment.
child was there to keep the conversation going. You don't think she suspected anything, do you? Oh, I wonder
Probably.
if Liddy ran into any issues. Let's hurry back and see how everything went.
No, she probably suspects something, but not the situation yet.
Oh? You decided to stay a little longer?
You asked me.
Let's take in the ocean view together then.
Make up your mind. Alright, I'm back
How'd
here.
everything go?
Well, long story short, we ran into a small issue. Clervie can't go into the sunlight.
Really? What do you mean? We've seen ghosts in daylight.
Everything was fine at first. She followed me up to the surface just like I told her.
Okay.
But as I led her out of the shadows and into the sunlight, she vanished.
Oh.
I
That's
turned
weird.
around and there she was, standing at the edge of the shadows, silently watching me.
And what does she say about it?
Huh. Maybe she's afraid of sunlight, or...
No.
No, it wouldn't be her wish if that were the case. Well, we could always try pushing her into it.
Not sure pushing works on a non-corporeal being.
Oh, true.
I've pretty much tried it all already. Nothing worked.
Oh, really?
Eventually, the sun went down, so all I could do was bring her back here.
And then she can move freely?
How did it go with you, Lynette?
Good. I've got the list. It's right here.
Really? Well, what are we waiting for? Let's take a look.
Oh wait, is it the list of the executed ones?
Oh, that's a lot of pages. Oh, it's gonna take forever to get through it all.
We can each take a section. Here.
La Pouillade, Landois, Chambert, Horaire.
Well, Paimon knows how to pronounce these names, okay? Oh, I can see them. So,
Oh, yikes.
what's the deal
That
here?
Horaire guy has a huge scar on his face. He's kinda giving Paimon the creeps.
Ah, I've met him before. The scar is from an injury he received during a mission. I still remember him joking with me about it.
During a
He said any
mission?
future lover would take one look at him and then lose all interest.
What was the mission about?
Did he say anything else?
Well, I asked if there was someone he was interested in. He said no, and that's where our conversation ended. It was only later that I learned he really did have someone he liked. He risked everything to escape so he could be with her, but it didn't work. One day, Father asked to see him, and, well, I never saw him again.
And that's
after
the
that.
end of it, right?
Wait, so that means the knave,
It may seem cruel, but it's just one of the rules of the house.
How can you be okay with that?
Betrayal is not to be taken lightly.
Of course,
We know too
she
many
raised you
secrets to
like
come
that.
and go as we please. So, if you do try to leave, you pay with your life.
Yeah. Solemn Madam for descends over the group as you...
Her name's not
Come
here.
on, let me read it.
Well, that's not too surprising. It doesn't seem like this list is complete. It only contains records dating back around 5 years. Let's shift our
5
attention
years?
then.
Only?
Fremine, were you able to find anything out?
Is it 5 years since the last knave?
Fremine,
Sorry. I was thinking about something. I managed to talk to quite a few people, but I couldn't help but notice that the atmosphere in the house was a little... strange.
Only now?
Strange.
Yeah, I mean, I know there have been arguments in the past, times when people haven't gotten along. Chaplot and Filial are a good example of that.
Oh, those are two of the people that we met while delivering supplies. Paimon can see how they might not get along. They had very different vibes, and their, interests seem to be pretty different as well.
Yeah,
that's to be
unusual
expected,
interests.
actually. Father brought us all here, shared her knowledge with us, taught us how to fight. That's one thing we all share. But that's also where the similarities end. Not all of us feel the same desire to stay here. As members of the House of the Hearth, we're also considered part of the Fatui. And to a lot of people,
Not part,
that's an
you're
identity they never
completely.
asked for. Certain members get older and realize they want something else for themselves. But considering the rules of the House, most people would never say that out loud. People like Chaplot and Foltz are loyal to Father and her vision. They're proud to be part of the Fatui.
Oh, really?
Filial and Nantoy, on the other hand, well, they aren't quite as enthusiastic.
Oh yeah, I remember.
These kinds of conflicts have always been there. It's not like Father is in the dark about any of this.
Well, that's true. But it just feels like things have gotten worse lately. Filial and the others, it seemed like they were meeting in secret to talk about something.
And let them be.
I can't say for sure, but I think they've met Clervie.
Okay, so how does this
You think she's been inciting them to act out?
inciting?
No, not exactly. But I wouldn't be surprised if she said something to them about the darkness in the house. And
Oh,
how
right,
deep it
that.
runs.
Well, because she knows exactly what happened, right?
She's told me about it before. Experiments being run on
I
children.
mean, I've seen the
People
trailer,
being used as
so
pawns on the battlefield without
we
so
know
much
who
as the
killed
strength
who.
to survive.
And they just believed all that? Without any evidence?
Clervie's words
Oh, I
probably
had
gave
the
them
evidence.
excuse they were looking for. Whether they actually believe them to be true is secondary.
This is all because of Project Stuja, isn't it?
Whoa, hold on a second. What's
that's
this Project Stuja all about, huh?
that's so
This is
sudden.
the second time it's come up now.
Sorry, but I'm not sure of the details either.
How do you know about the name?
I only know what Father has told us, which is that it's something the Rooster and Regrader have been working on together.
Oh, interesting.
Apparently, it has to do with the Fatui's strategic plan for the future.
And I guess we will know that in Snezhnaya, won't we? Have to remember this.
Because the House of the Hearth was so successful in obtaining the Gnosis, we now have the honor of playing a key role in Project Stuja.
Oh, because of that?
Wait, but isn't that a good thing?
So that means Arlecchino is probably the leader of this plan.
Key role is just another way of saying dangerous role.
Yeah.
To us, the whole thing is an inconvenience. Father thinks so too, but she's in no position to refuse. Their plan isn't exactly unreasonable, and they've been funneling the house a
I'm
lot
sure
of
she
funding.
is keeping much information from
It's
him.
just that we'll lose a lot of members in the process.
Yes,
Participating in the plan,
probably already
it's
lost.
an honor in name only. What they're really trying to do is subdue us. The existence of an intelligence organization outside their control makes them feel uneasy.
Looks like the Fatui are plotting something big, but given how little Linny and the others seem to know about it, probably won't be able to learn much. Just take it as you can. Should keep sharp eye during your future dealings with the Fatui to see what I can learn. Exactly.
Okay, super complicated top secret Fatui
They're not my
business
friends.
aside, what does all of this have to do with the conflicts you were talking about earlier? Paimon doesn't get the connection.
External pressure has a way of exacerbating internal strife. You can't overlook the power of fear either. People are afraid of dying, and that fear is often the impetus for a lot of stupid decisions. I thought resolving the Clervie situation would make everything go back to normal.
You
But it
think?
looks like things are more complicated than I thought.
That's gonna be just
If
one
we
small
leave Filial
thing
and the
away.
others to their own devices, sooner or later, Father will be forced to take action.
We can only focus on one situation at a time, brother.
So you're saying there will be a mass murder at the end of
You're
the
right.
quest?
Even if we confront Filial and the others, it won't do any good. It might even make matters worse. We should focus on Clervie for now.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
getting late. We should head back and get some rest. Lynette, you stick with me this time. Fremine, keep a close
This
eye
time.
on Filial and the others.
No hanging
Sure they don't
around on
do
your
anything
own.
they'll regret.
Oh,
Good work
close
today,
eye.
everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Why does it feel like Linny is gonna betray his own family, so-called? Oh, we're going in here. Mind read. What's the point of reading it?
Looking forward to an early night, but she can't sleep at all. Hey, you don't think the knave will be too angry with Linny and everyone if she finds out
Oh,
about
she
all
will
this,
be
do you?
furious. I'm just thinking, how is she when she's mad? She's always hiding.
She's even
Hiding
scary
her
when she
emotions.
smiles. If she were to actually get angry... Ooh, you have to protect Paimon if that happens, okay, Traveler?
Just find a bush or something. I'm also afraid.
Oh, well, in that
Oh,
case,
there's
we should
Clervie.
just plan on running away. We'll grab Linny and the others and we can make a break for it as fast as we can.
No, we don't grab Linny. He's gonna stay as a shield.
Look over there.
Yeah, it's Clervie.
Quick, let's catch up with her before anyone sees.
What can I do to her? I mean, she's free to roam. What do you want me to do? They did say I can't really touch her, although I think some cases you could.
Over there.
Yeah, I see it. Ah, these kind of things. So what, she's gonna try and escape? Actually, wait, it's night now. She could escape. She might not enter
Where is she going?
light.
Oh, if someone sees her, we're toast.
Coincidentally, right now it's night, so no one's here. Oops, why did I press that?
Oh, look, she stopped.
Okay, there's the moon, which could be fake.
Shh. I opened the window while no one was looking.
What window?
Look how pretty the outside is.
Window? Window?
If only I could have more than this. You probably think I'm being silly, huh?
No,
All this hopeless resisting? It's better to dream of what I could have than try to make it a reality, right?
this is so sad.
Please, help us get on the same page here, Clervie. We need you to tell us what you know. Can you do that? Sure. Although, after you hear all this, I think you might regret that decision.
Why? I'm not a Fatui.
Everyone in this family is nothing more than a tool. Something to be used and exploited. We're all expendable. Including me.
I mean, that's basically Arlecchino's favorite hobby. Exploiting.
As long as you're useful, you get to stick around. Lose
Exactly.
your value. You're handed over to the doctor.
To the doctor?
Experimented on. And given a fate worse than death.
Really?
I've seen it happen again and again. And I've had enough.
Even the Torah is mentioned here without showing up. I hope I don't see him so soon.
You're saying the knave did all that? It's just, that doesn't seem like something she would do. She's scary and all, but it seems like even she has lines she wouldn't cross.
I don't believe her. The knave is a tricky person. You should never trust what she says. Take it with a grain of salt.
I knew you wouldn't believe me.
I do believe you.
Everyone thinks she's a good person. They
No.
all think of her like a real mother. Mother? But she doesn't deserve that title. She's disgraced it and tarnished it. And if I had things my way, I'd never see her again. If only Perry were here, she'd understand. Perry. There's that name again.
Well, I know that name, but
Also, Paimon's getting a strange feeling.
What
It
kind
almost
of
feels
feeling?
like she's not really here with us. Paimon can't tell if she's actually talking to us or if she's mistaken us for someone else.
Yeah, I get it. So she's probably reliving the memories of that trailer show. So technically, she's speaking to someone else, and I just happen to be right there. But we can't confirm it. She's a spirit. It could be anything.
Well, in any case, it seems like she really needs someone to talk to.
Of course.
We should keep her company for a little longer.
It's already sad enough she's technically a spirit.
She looks so young. But it seems like she's been through a lot.
She has.
It's getting windy. I should close the window. Ooh, look at the moon. Isn't it pretty? Hey, wanna hear a secret? I heard that if you look up at the night sky in Snezhnaya, you can see the aurora. It's supposed to be super pretty.
Oh, okay.
Even prettier than the moon tonight.
I'd love to see that, and I probably will.
Perry and I promised each other that once we're older, we're gonna go see it together.
Really? Oh man, this is getting very sad. I know they made a promise.
But I can't find her. I'm worried she's also been... No, that wouldn't happen to her. She's special. Mother likes her a lot. We should really go talk to Mother. But we just fought. She doesn't want to see me. And I'm too scared to face her. What should I do?
To be honest, I have no idea. I'm guessing the moon is not visible because it's raining.
My mom really doesn't understand what's going on with her.
Well, I understand. She's stuck in the past. She sees us, she talks to us, but she thinks everything is in the past still.
Well, let's head back. We've got an early morning tomorrow.
The night passes. At least I can read that.
All right, looks like we're all here. Let's go ahead with the plan.
Before we do that, I have a question.
Oh? What is it?
Have the Neo and the Doctor ever work together?
What makes you ask that?
Just answer the question.
Well, we kinda ran into Clervie last night, and
Not
that's what she
kinda,
told
we
us.
did.
We met the doctor back in Sumeru. He's super dangerous.
Yeah.
And he's done all sorts of bad things.
The guy didn't even lift a finger and knocked me out.
It's possible that Father and the Doctor have had certain dealings, but I don't think Father would work with him. We're
You
not
don't
really
think?
on the same side, so there's not a lot of trust between them. That doesn't exactly set the stage for a successful partnership.
I'm still thinking, what even motivates Arlecchino to do anything what she's doing? She hates the other Fatui, she hates many other people, she likes to exploit kids. What is even going on in her head?
I did hear, though, that when Father first became a Harbinger, the Doctor offered to work with the House of the Hearth.
Ah, see, there we go.
Father rejected most of his proposals, except for one.
And that is?
It had to do with some sort of secret experiment.
Probably human experiment.
Secret experiment? Could that be what Clervie was talking about?
I don't think so.
But you don't know.
I don't know any details about the experiment itself, but I do know it's an entirely independent operation. The Doctor only proposed a direction for the research. That was the extent of his involvement. I still don't think that counts as working together.
Well, I still remember, what was it in Sumeru? Was it Kale's quest? Or something else? Where, oh no, wait, it was actually in the abandoned hospital in the desert. I remember that. And I checked the notes, it did say there are people taken in who are not needed, like thrown away. The Doctor gets to experiment on them, live test subjects, and that's it.
The details of the experiment are confidential, but complete records are kept on all participants. That doesn't seem to be the case with the situation Clervie referred to. I know you don't agree with some of the Fatui's methods, and I'm not asking you to.
Or all of them.
But I am asking you to trust us on this. The House of the Hearth has its own principles.
My trust goes
There are
only
certain
so
lines
far,
we're not
Linny.
willing to cross.
Alright, that's good to hear at least. Clervie seems to think the knave and the doctor worked together to do something horrible. If that turned out to be true, Paimon doesn't know how he would even face you guys. It's just that it doesn't seem like Clervie is lying either. The easiest thing
She
to do
isn't
would be
lying.
just ask the knave directly, but Paimon doesn't think she'd tell us.
Let's focus on the plan for now.
Father didn't come back last night. She's probably still near the shore. We'll be counting on you to distract her.
You mean she's been standing there all night?
Lynette, you're with me. Fremine, you know what to do. Be on your guard, everyone.
Also,
Alright, let's get to it.
she's quite close. So technically we can't leave without raising suspicion. Hey, Arlecchino, still standing as a statue, I see.
Ah, it's you two again. I must say, you look a bit pale. Did you have trouble sleeping last night?
Yeah, a lot.
A little.
Perhaps if you had less on your mind, you'd be able to absolve yourself of such troubles. So what are you planning to do now? Catch up on some sleep? Or should I give you some time to rack your brain for a topic to discuss before I ask any questions?
Okay, ask the questions.
Although I must profess to being curious. Without child here, how do you plan on distracting me?
I don't know.
Us?
I know
Distract
she
you?
is suspicious of us.
A good one. But no, we were just here for a chat.
Looks like you could have used some extra time to think. No matter. If you don't have any other plans, why don't you accompany me somewhere?
Even if you know this is a distraction, I'm gonna keep distracting
Don't worry.
you.
I'll be sure to
Until
steer
you
clear of any
forget.
scheming children.
The ocean breeze is sure nice today.
Yeah, just ignore her. So you know everything then.
Children always think they can hide things from the grown-ups. But nothing gets past me. Least of all a little scheming.
Yeah,
I think I'll let them have at it for a little longer.
but you don't know what's
I
going
can
on.
be very patient. Well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined, meet me outside the Palais Mermonia.
Does she know what's going on?
Good things come to children who do as they're told. So I do hope you decide to tag along. If only for your friends' sakes.
It does sound like she's going to kill someone.
What should we do? She clearly knows about everything we've been doing, and Paimon doesn't think it'd be a stretch to say she was threatening us just now.
She does know that we're doing something, but she doesn't know exactly what. We should release the pigeon that Linny gave us. It seems like it. The best time.
Oh, good idea. Hopefully he sees it in time.
Can I get the bird as well? The
Well, we
special
should
cover?
probably head to the Palais Mermonia. Paimon doesn't want to find out what happens if we
We
don't
don't
show
have
up.
any other
Based on what
options.
the knave was saying just now, it sure didn't seem like it'd be anything good. Okay, then we probably shouldn't keep her waiting. It seems like Linny and the others are on thin ice, so let's do our best to not get them in any more trouble.
Seeing as we still have some time before my meeting, we might as well enjoy some pleasant conversation while we wait.
I hope we don't meet Farina by accident. She's gonna be traumatized.
I'm glad to see you get along with my children. Being surrounded by good companions is necessary for a child's development.
Oh, so that's what you think?
You're not planning on doing anything to them, are you?
I assume you're referring to Linny, Lynette, and Fremine,
Yeah.
although there's that situation with Filial and Nentoy as well.
Oh, come on.
It appears quite a few people have been acting out lately. No matter. I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray the house meet the same fate. There are no exceptions.
Yeah, I don't want to discriminate. Everyone's gonna get a
Does
punishment.
that mean you're going to kill them?
Oh, are you here to beg for their lives?
Well,
I'm sorry to
kinda.
disappoint, but the rules of the house change for no one. In my organization, everyone is responsible for their own actions.
I feel like I already think I know where this is gonna go, so it's gonna get worse. But I'm not part of the Futui, I'm not part of the House of the Heart, so obviously I'm gonna step in and fight her.
But don't you care about them at all? They really respect you. They even call you father. You
She
must feel
doesn't
something for
care.
them.
The way I see it, she doesn't care.
Any organization in which feelings come before principles is one destined for ruin.
Yeah, see,
The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception.
she's
You
an
could say our principles are
organization.
more stringent than most. Perhaps I can offer you this consolation at least. As our guests, you two will not be held accountable
see?
along with them.
There's really no other way to solve this issue.
I would imagine Linny, Lynette, and Fremine will be able to keep their lives.
Oh,
As for Filial, Nantoy, and the others, I'm afraid there's little I can do. They can try to escape, but once you know our secrets, there's no getting out alive.
But that's awful.
Ah, you seem concerned.
of course I
Out of
am.
consideration for my guests, I suppose I could turn a blind eye for a little longer. If Linny
Just
and the
longer.
others manage to dispose of Clervie in the meantime,
Wait, what?
all evidence of their wrongdoing will be lost.
So,
In that case, I could hardly punish them for something I couldn't prove.
wait. This is getting confusing. So she doesn't know actually what's going on. How? That's one thing. She doesn't know about Clervie already. She's just, I don't know, wasting time, and now she's saying if they dispose of her, well, there won't be any proof. I'm just trying to understand.
If their efforts are unsuccessful, on the other hand, all will be held accountable. And the punishment will be severe.
We'll hold you to it.
Of course. Oh, and here, I believe this belongs to you. Do try and keep better track of it next time.
My bird.
It takes a considerable amount of time to train a bird like this. It would be such a pity if you were to lose it. Permanently.
Don't tell me the bird flew into your face.
Where did you get that?
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to chat. Now, for the matter at hand. I asked you to meet me here because I have business at the Palais Mermonia. It has nothing to do with you, but I think it would be prudent for you to stick by my side for the time being. There will always be time later to run off and tell Linny what you've learned. Well, time to go. Looks like we wrapped things up just in time.
So what am I even doing right here? If it's no use. So I'm gonna see Nouvellette. For about what?
It's been a while, Monsieur Neuvillette, I must say. I wasn't expecting my meeting request to be approved quite so quickly. The Palais Mermonia operates with an efficiency worthy of admiration.
It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be afforded the proper level of respect. Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate we would have the occasion to meet again after presenting you with the Gnosis.
Yeah.
I
No,
see you
I'll
brought
do
the Traveler
something.
and Paimon with you as well. If I may inquire as to the purpose of your visit.
I want to say, but it's gonna cause chaos if I do so.
I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, an outstanding matter that I would like to see resolved
yeah?
before I go.
She will be leaving?
It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid. So I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal. Please review it at your leisure, monsieur.
Oh, something she doesn't even want to say out loud?
I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see why you would wish for such a thing.
Causing offense?
I heard you have a certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Nervalet. So allow me to use water as an analogy. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over this system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing
Okay.
into the ground and leaving nothing but a barren riverbed behind. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination, like a field in need of irrigation. Or perhaps the glass of a certain water-tasting enthusiast.
That's odd.
Did you get any of that, Traveler?
Not really.
Words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however.
It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's drained of all impurities and returned to its cleanest form.
Oh, what? Are you still talking about people?
I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal. Perhaps you could expound on that?
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I will gradually withdraw my forces from Fontaine.
Oh. Is that also a lie?
And, unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine.
I presume I can take your words to mean that, in the future, cases similar to the Tartuffe assassination will cease to cross my desk?
Oh, yeah. More assassination.
Tartuffe. Ah, that thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean?
Oh,
My
yeah, we did
deepest
see
condolences to his family, but without any
in her
evidence, I cannot
trailer.
imagine how the House of the Hearth might have been involved in his passing. Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, I'm sure certain measures could be taken to reduce the frequency of such troubles.
You choose your words carefully indeed. In that case, I am inclined to accept your proposal.
My thanks for your generosity, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Well, what is this proposal?
Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Snezhnaya for you to enjoy. I do hope I get the chance to hear your
Be
impressions.
careful, Noblet.
Perhaps at our next meeting?
It
Yes?
may not be water.
Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your commitment in the meantime.
All right, Traveler Paimon. Time to go.
So, what exactly were you talking about back there? Paimon only heard you mention some rivers, a large body
Yeah, we
of
don't
water,
know.
and then some kind of irrigation scheme.
Doesn't want to reveal her plans.
You really want to know?
Yes.
I would imagine there might be more pressing concerns at the moment.
No, you can tell me. I'll waste your time.
Winnie, Paimon really hopes everything's going okay. Oh, Paimon recognizes that look. You've got your thinking cap on, don't you, Traveler?
I'm always thinking. They may seem alive, but she didn't seem to be joking earlier. She said those who betray our organization must pay with their lives. I think that she's serious about punishing those kids. How should we stop her? No, there's something else we must figure out first. While we were talking from the Palais Marmonia, she mentioned Clervie's name. Does that mean she knew where Clervie is the entire time? Maybe she didn't anticipate how Lenny and the others were going to act. That's what I said already. And someone just ran into me.
Oh, shoot. Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry. I was so focused on selling these papers, I wasn't looking where I was going.
That's my bad.
Well, let me make it up to you at least. Here, take this paper. On the house.
Looks kind of familiar for some reason. Wait, is
Oh, you don't have to give us anything.
that one of those disappeared people?
Please, I want to.
He does
It's
have
not like I'm
Scar.
short on supply. All the extras will be useless come tomorrow anyway. It's my fault, really.
I was just trying to bring home some extra mora for the family, but I bit off more than I can chew. I haven't had many takers today, so I'm still swimming in papers.
What's going on here?
Nothing.
Nothing much. I just ran into your friend here on accident. I should probably get going, actually, so...
Hold on.
Of course, I'm happy to compensate you with mora,
He
it's
knows
just...
her, right?
I don't have any on me at the moment.
I'll take 3 papers. Here. Your payment.
Oh! Thank you for your patronage. May the Archons bless you with good fortune. If only I had the chance to run into
I'm
such
sure she
generous
doesn't
customers
care
every
about the
day.
Archons.
I should probably just take on a smaller inventory though, right? I'm getting married soon, so sometimes it's hard to not get ahead of myself. Anyway, I should head out. Goodbye!
Okay, bye.
Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to Poisson. We've even acquired some light reading to enjoy along the way.
Actually, why don't we stick around for a little longer?
But we don't have a plan, Paimon.
Paimon just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to Poisson on an empty stomach.
It's like Paimon trying to buy some time. If we head back now, that Linny and the others will make any progress. What should you
It
do?
appears you two are under the impression that delaying our return will somehow alter the situation in your favor. I'm sorry to ruin your fantasy, but your efforts are meaningless.
Can
That
I
being said,
create a
I could
distraction?
be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. I just have one condition. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions.
Oh,
You're quite curious about Clervie, are you not?
yes, I am.
Wait, why are you being so generous all of a sudden? You're not gonna ask us to do something bad, are you?
There's always something in play from her.
You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent for bad things.
Oh, I can.
Then what can you possibly...
The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something they want. Demands and threats only get you so far.
Your condition, let's hear it.
Wonderful. Here it is. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
You mean help you? I'm not so sure there.
Okay, sounds normal enough. But what do you mean, when the time comes?
When the
What
time
is that
comes.
supposed to be?
We don't know.
That is for you to decide.
Yeah. Accept your condition.
Then we have a deal. Follow me.
What is this place?
Wait, I think I know this place.
Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be a grand building. Now it's nothing more than a pile of rubble.
Yep, I know. I did look at the trailer. Well, Arlecchino's story trailer or whatever it is called. Yeah, that's the place where she fought the previous knave.
No one comes here anymore. Nor does anyone care about what once happened here.
I actually
Although,
thought this place was
This place does have something to do
on
with
the
the story
opposite
I'm about
side
to tell you.
of the lake. I mean river, not lake.
It was before I became a harbinger.
Yep.
And before Linny and the others joined the House of the Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clervie and then her mother. And this is where it all
I like how she
happened.
can simply say that. I did this and then I did that. Simple.
You were the one that killed Clervie?
Why?
Patience now.
What's wrong with
Allow
you?
me to explain Clervie's side of the story first. I'll start from the beginning.
If I were Ether, I would bombard her with more questions to check her sanity.
Clervie was
Oh.
6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Crucibina, to live in the House of the Hearth.
There we go.
From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale.
Painful
A
past.
thriving family made up of kind adults and friendly children.
Let me take a few pictures, because I'm liking this option.
Crucibina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clervie's mother by blood. but she was also the mother to all the children in the house.
That's right.
Clervie was happy here, for a time. But she quickly realized that being part of this family wasn't a fairy tale at all.
Yeah.
It was a kind of purgatory.
It was horrible.
Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Tevat. But as for how to raise them, that depends entirely on the person in charge. Crucibina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children to fight, force them to duel each other, and then crown as the king of the house the child who proved themselves most worthy of inheriting her title.
Yeah, how cruel is that?
It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. There's little I can say about the ones who died. The ones that emerged with permanent injuries, on the other hand, well, they still served a purpose. They would be handed over to the doctor to be experimented on, or sent away on dangerous missions. Nothing more than tools to be used
I
and then
already
discarded.
knew this part.
So those were the experiments Clervie was talking about. But what actually happened to her? You said that Clervie was Crucibina's daughter, so if Clervie tried to convince her to stop what she was doing, Crucibina probably would have listened, right?
No, she wouldn't.
Despite being Clervie's mother, Crucibina cared little for her daughter. She forced Clervie to join the House of the Hearth only as a means to demonstrate her own impartiality as a mother, to prove that she treated all her children equally. Clervie did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to fight back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the other children had already been thoroughly indoctrinated into the illusion of happiness Crucibina had
She only had to go through that cruel tournament and fight her way up.
Of course, there was one exception. Someone Clervie's age who knew the truth about the House of the Hearth. Her name was Peruere.
Yeah, Perry?
Wait, the friend that Clervie mentioned?
Friend, huh?
Yeah.
I suppose we can call her that for now.
Oh, so you don't even care?
Clervie was a cheerful and passionate person with a tenacious spirit.
Yeah.
Peruere, on the other hand, was rather cold-blooded.
Interesting how she describes herself in third person. It's like you're not even the same person
Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through Crucibina's facade. Yet, it was also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting against it. At least at first. While Clervie longed for freedom, Peruere was convinced that, amid all the fighting and violence, she would make it until the end. Despite their differences, the two became fast friends, united by their knowledge of the truth. Clervie told Peruere that she hoped to create a real family, where no one would be killed or sacrificed.
Oh, come on, this makes it even worse
There may
now.
have been a certain naivete to her ideas, but Clervie proved her determination many times over. She tried countless times to run away, ask for help, or expose the truth. But her efforts only earned her beating after beating. The only thing that kept her going was her strength of will. Even with her body racked with pain, she would still stand on her tiptoes and open the window at night. She and Peruere would look out at the moon together, a fierce longing for freedom shining in her eyes. But one day that light simply vanished.
Oh no. What happened?
Well,
Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination
she
of
died.
things.
Well, that's a
10
few
years
years
had
later.
passed. 10 years worth of failure after failure. She and Peruere weren't children anymore, but finding any chance to escape still seemed as hopeless as ever. It was during this time that Peruere suggested a new plan. If escaping was out of the question, why not take down the very person sitting on top of this throne
Exactly,
of lies?
but
Mother
she
herself.
could have done something else. Clervie could have easily stood by and they could have fought the previous name together.
Clervie rejected that proposal. She claimed that, as a famous harbinger, Crucibina possessed an unimaginable amount of power. Trying to kill her would have an incredibly low chance of success. Clervie never gave another reason, but Peruere could see it written all over her face. Clervie still thought of Crucibina as her mother. Killing her own flesh and blood was a line she couldn't bring herself to cross.
Okay, well, at least she could have stayed back and let
If she couldn't escape and fight
Peruere
back,
do it.
then only one option remained.
Death,
Precisely. Death was the only way that she felt she could be free.
yeah. I can't accept this.
It happened during a duel.
This is
When
awful.
she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other than Peruere.
Wait,
The
I
very
saw
person that had
this.
stood by her side all those
scene.
years.
Except for,
It was
well,
a fierce battle.
Peruere is obviously
ultimately,
using the rapier, so Clervie
Clervie
used a
decided to let
spear.
Peruere
And looks like a
end
white
her
tassel.
life. From that moment on, Peruere's journey was one written in flames. When the rain finally came and washed it all away, there she stood, the sole victor in Mother's endless game of slaughter. A trail of corpses strewn across her path to success. It was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. Even then, she believed she would make it until the end. She wasn't surprised by the fact that she emerged as Mother's undisputed heir. Rather, her success left her with an inexplicable sense of restlessness. She was unsettled. And there was only one thing that could quell
She
that
was
sensation.
unsettled.
Perhaps you two would like to take a guess as to what it was.
Killing the person at the very top.
Crucibina, you mean? But...
Correct. This is the place where Peruere killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where she fought tooth and nail to kill the mother they shared.
Oh wait. In the trailer it was immediately, so it actually took a year later?
The moment she acted, any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. It's one of the principles of the house. Only those who survive get to write the rules. Peruere won the battle, and became a harbinger herself. After which Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, bestowed upon her a new name.
Ah, so she gave her...
Arlecchino.
She gave her the name. And you just accepted it?
So the Perry Clervie was
I guess
talking
she
about.
likes that idea.
It was you all along. You're Peruere. Arlecchino is just a name you got later.
Yeah, this was your story just as much as Clervie's.
I left that name behind long ago. I must say,
Why? Because it
hearing
brings
it
the
now
past?
does bring back memories.
So I'm guessing her weakness is the past.
After I
right?
defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forego the title she called herself, and even chose to give up my own name. I rebuilt the House of the Hearth under a new identity. Not only as Arlecchino, but as father. And that is where the story ends.
So basically you took
Any more questions?
the same organization and rebuilt with your own rules. The Clervie we met though, who is she exactly?
Yeah. Based on what you just told us, Clervie wasn't a little kid when she was killed. So the Clervie we met... Was she really a spirit at all?
I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame. Her existence is like ashes to a fire.
Huh?
Something left over in the wake of blaze and You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leave behind shadows of anything they consume, of course. The chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are exceedingly slim.
Interesting.
Clervie is a very special case. Clervie died when she was 16 years old. But what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her appearance wasn't the only thing affected. Most of memory is a mysterious thing
Interesting.
indeed.
So
Losing a portion of your
because
memories
of her
will alter your sense of self.
specific curse, it
Lose 10 years
kinda
worth,
created a
however.
copy of her.
And it would be like living in the past. Like returning to a version of yourself that
Yeah, exactly.
never grew up.
This is so sad.
No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were talking to her.
Perhaps I should put it this way. Clervie is someone trapped in time.
And just as I
It may
said.
seem like she exists with us in the present, but she truly lives in the confines of her own past.
So if all of that is true, then you must have known about Clervie for a long time.
Indeed. She's a rather volatile and unstable entity.
Unstable?
Sometimes she would look after the children. She's even saved some of their lives.
Then that's good.
But other times, she would hide from me and become obsessed with revealing the truth about the house to anyone who will listen.
Of course, because it was
Shadows
bad.
don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time.
Really?
Your attempts to expose Clervie to sunlight. They failed, yes.
How do you know?
The reason is actually quite simple.
Were you watching me?
In Clervie's mind, the house is impossible to escape. And it is this very perception that traps her there.
That's even worse.
No matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved.
You
I don't
can't do
anticipate
that.
so much as a single speck of ash will be left behind this
I'm
time.
fine that Clervie is a ghost, at least like that.
Wait! Paimon can understand why you might want her gone, but isn't there another way? So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend! At least talk to her first!
It's too late for that. She broke the
course
rules,
it's
and
too
now she
late.
must be punished. That goes for Filial and Nantoy as well. She's had quite the effect on them.
But she's a psychopath.
I hope you understand. The difference between Crucibina and myself lies in our formulation of the rules, not our policy for enforcing them. Upholding the rules without question is a trait we both share.
Is this really
Oh.
what you want to do?
Finally, Ether speaks after so many thinking.
Whatever could you mean?
Yeah,
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
at the very least.
Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs.
Sheesh.
Anger and sorrow.
There's no way to getting to her.
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver. Well, it appears it's about time to proceed. Before we
Proceed what?
arrived, I told some of my well-behaved children to bring our troublemakers here by nightfall. I do believe I've kept my end of the deal. I gave your friends quite a bit more time. As for what happens now, we'll just have to wait and see.
Wait for what? Wait,
Here they are, Father.
of course they would turn on their own. I knew it.
Oh, you gonna
Wait,
execute
Clervie
him?
was there.
Seeing something like that would actually be a first for me.
You're a little crazy kid, you know that?
Lenny!
Clervie.
I'm sorry. I heard about how you helped buy us more time, but I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill her wish.
Huh? Are you... Perry?
Oh yeah, she doesn't recognize her when she's older.
Indeed, it's been a while, Clervie.
Perry!
Don't stay right there, Clervie.
Stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first, I believe certain scores need settling.
This is the point I have
Father,
to...
let me explain.
I would have to, you know...
Out of
do
my
something.
way.
Father!
You chose to conceal a threat to the house. And for that, you must be punished. Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later. As for right now, the more pressing concerns are the traitors among us.
By traitors? Do you mean
Oh,
us?
the two that don't want to be in the...
Father, let me
Fatui.
explain. We didn't mean...
Fultz, why don't you share what you heard?
Oh,
Yes, Father.
What do you
Secret
mean?
Midnight Meeting number 3. Participants, Filial, Nantoy, Sato, Tadi. Nantoy clearly said, if only Father wasn't the one who took us in. Sato added, I'm sick of this life.
What
I just
a
want to
little
live as a normal
snitch.
person. Filial was the worst of them all. She called us crazies and said a bunch of mean things about
Can
Father.
you put this kid in a cage?
I did not! You're lying! Fultz is trying to frame us.
It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things. After that, you and Toddy and a bunch of other people started talking about Clervie. You were using all those things Clervie brought up as an excuse to question Father. We're birds locked in a cage. The only way out is to destroy it. That's what you said, wasn't it?
You little. You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Sheplo, have you forgotten who stood by
Yeah.
your sickbed, watched over you, and changed your dressings?
The House of the
Come on,
Heart is a
let's hear it
problematic
then.
place.
What's your reason for all the...
You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die. You're our family.
Yeah, then why are you doing
Liar.
this?
You wouldn't be doing this if that were the case.
Yeah.
So
We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know the type of work we do, Filial. A single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's
like
never
that.
happened before.
Yeah,
That
it's
kind
not
of thing
like
is
you're
hard
listening.
to forget. That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Poisson, you've had 7 secret meetings. A lot of the things
Definitely
you talked about
indoctrinated
really
all
crossed
those
the line.
things.
you've been spying on us for half a month? Wait a second. Now that I think about it, the move to Poisson was just a way to make it easier to spy on us, wasn't it? Because we were all in one place. You've had this planned all along.
Filial, Nantoy, I'm sorry.
Sorry is not gonna be
I
enough.
owe you both my life. I owe Clervie too.
Well then,
If it
go
weren't for
explain to
all your help after I
Arlecchino
got
there.
poisoned, I wouldn't be standing here today. If this
got
were any other
poisoned.
situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness, even if it cost me my life. But rules are rules. I'm sorry. My hands are tied.
Why? Why?
That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake, and we should own up to it. We broke the rules, plain and simple. And now we have to face the consequences. I'm sorry, Chapleau. Fultz. I'm sorry, Father. We accept our punishment.
Chapleau,
Can't be.
according to the rules
Can't
of
be
the
sure
House of the
about
Hearth,
that, right?
how should these traitors be punished?
All those who betray the house pay with their lives.
And so it shall be.
You kids have no shame, right?
Father, please wait!
And you try and
Something you want to say,
persuade her?
Linny?
Please reconsider, Father. What Filial and the others did, does it really count as betrayal? We all come from broken families. From the very first day we joined the House of the Hearth, we wanted nothing more than to make it a real home. But the truth is, none of us know what a real home should look like.
That's right.
I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I know is this. Killing Filial and the others may uphold the rules, but doing so will only bring us further away from being a real family than we've ever been. So please, Father. Please.
I agree with Linny.
Father, please.
She gonna
Linny,
listen.
you... I also agree with Linny.
Suddenly. What? Because you didn't know what to say?
An order once given cannot be rescinded. However, given the extent of your determination, I suppose we shall have to go about this a different way. Draw your weapons and face me.
Our
Oh,
weapons?
this is gonna happen.
Father, are you referring to a duel?
Oh. Like in that old style.
Precisely.
They have to win.
The rules of the house will not be altered. Traitors must be punished. However,
Is this where
Resolving
I step
disputes with a
in?
duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength, and I shall offer a concession.
Wait. Beat. Father?
Come on, guys.
Duel?
There's 3 of you.
Impossible. Father is way too strong, even for Lenny.
He has no choice, right? I'm going to accept.
Did you hear that, Traveler? Lenny and
Yeah, I
the others have
heard
to
it.
duel the knave. What should we do? Can they really win something like that?
Probably
If
not.
they lose, those people from the house are really gonna be executed.
Not with
Hey,
that.
are you listening?
Yes, I'm hearing you. I don't know what to do. Executing them really what she wants?
Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least?
Anger makes you impulsive. Sorrow causes you to waver.
Back then she never actually answered my question. That makes the answer pretty obvious, doesn't it?
Looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this. Guess that means there's no chance she's throwing the duel on purpose, huh?
No way the knave will lose on purpose.
When guests
Although,
are around, families are often on their best behavior. And any disputes are less likely to escalate.
just because I'm here, I don't think she will.
When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation, and lend your help to the House of the Hearth.
This moment. Wait. Is she looking for a reason to fight me as well?
What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, where are you going?
Somewhere?
Traveler?
Yep. I'm gonna protect you guys. I'd like to see for myself what the force of the Fatui Harbingers can do.
You're asking to join the duel against the knave?
Yeah, I know, I'm crazy. That's
I'll
okay.
allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal, after all. All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon, and give it your all. Any less, and you may just lose your life.
I mean, it's too early to lose. Okay. Oh, a menacing walk. I'm trying to dodge, are you?
The Temple of Wisdom!
Is it my turn now?
Now's our chance!
Oh,
Closer now.
damage is significant.
Is it my turn now?
Those attacks
With
are
these
quite
rising flames! Now that's more like it.
Oh, I didn't
Let's
know
dance!
those three are actually helping.
Is it my turn now?
Everyone help me!
Show them.
The music is pretty good. Never fails.
Look out! Closer now.
But a bit too late.
With the fall of darkness, destruction shall rise. Have a taste of
Your
purgatory.
next punch back. Okay. Ah, so
The time's beckon.
on the block the
Now's our
best.
chance!
Look,
Oh,
trapped like a bunch of helpless animals.
that's a bit too big.
With these rising flames,
Make yourselves at home!
hang in there. Is it my turn now? Look at
Again?
Trapped like a bunch
Really have to draw my blade.
It does look like she's watching some attack.
Bow your head.
Not bad. You've proven to be a worthy opponent after all.
Right here.
And voila!
Trapped like a bunch of helpless
Oh.
animals.
No big circle. Second phase, right? Oh. Are we recreating the battle from the past? Interesting. She has spider-like appendages. Captured.
Kindness has
What
been
the
stolen.
hell?
My blade is all that remains.
I was gonna say I captured the perfect
Let the
moment
show
and
begin.
just got attacked.
Go, Barbara. Go.
Settle down.
That's how you war, huh?
Watch out for father's movements! Look out!
Don't worry, Noodle has good self-esteem. Also, did she lose some resistance? Although the first try it was weaker than the normal.
Now's our chance! Over here!
Your punishment made manifest.
What the hell is this?
Nothing lasts forever. Emerge.
Go, Ether. Again, sorry, you have to be very fast. How
You
is she
should know
doing
better than to
that?
crowd in one place.
Oh, that's the same attack.
Oh, I know.
Oh, nice trick.
I'm sorry, father!
Nope.
Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack.
The only real opponent is Ether here. Oh, what now? More spikes? She is nuts.
Father, no!
Made it out, did you? You're stronger than I expected.
What the hell is going on?
Moon? I can't move.
Paralysis? Do something, man. Huh?
Still, not strong enough to beat me.
Oh, you're taking pity on me now. And what's gonna happen with them?
I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests, after all.
I
We
like how
wouldn't
the
want
music
things
is
to get
calm
too
now.
out of hand.
All of a sudden. We didn't resolve anything.
Brother, are you alright? Lenny, given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed, the punishment stands.
No!
I never thought things would end like this.
However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of this, I'm prepared to change the method of execution.
The method. Oh, great. Is it gonna
Elwar,
be slow?
the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping. Do you still have them?
What, you're gonna give them a poisonous drink?
Yes? I wasn't sure what they were for, but I've kept them super safe. I didn't lose a single one.
Wonderful. Then, in just a moment, I'll have you administer them.
What's in that
Bottled
potion?
flames?
Indeed. They're the product of a secret experiment.
Secret.
Under certain special circumstances, flames can be extracted from my person and preserved.
That's
Once
not a good
ingested,
thing.
searing pain will spread across every inch of your body.
Yikes.
No harm will come to you physically, but your memories will be burned away.
Wait, memory?
If you can withstand the pain. When you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know about the House of the Hearth, and will be expelled from the organization.
Okay, so they lose everything. But what if they don't withstand the pain? They die, right? So it's a 50-50.
In other words, administering this concoction will kill the version of you that grew up in the house, and give you a new identity.
That means the young man that I thought looked familiar, the one selling newspapers outside Palais Marmonia, must have been the same Horaire we saw on the list of executions. He wasn't killed at all. But we don't know, since, you know, she made this bottle flame recently.
Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self.
Yeah, I get that. I heard it. No, my understanding of Nave's right. She really thinks that of killing him. Horaire that lived in the House of Heart is dead. The one that remains simply is a normal person on his own life. And so it's much better than actually ending their lives, but I'm sure she did end some lives.
So, you're just letting us go, Father?
You misunderstand.
Interesting
Memories are extremely important.
Yes,
Once
they are
consumed by
important.
flame, the version of you standing before me will die, and our secrets will die with you.
Interesting
So
how
no,
you can...
I don't intend to just let you go,
How can
because the person who survives will be
specific
nothing
memories
but a
can be erased?
stranger.
Even so,
Maybe the doctor
even
made it.
so, I won't have to live in fear anymore. I'm sorry, Father. I'm sorry I let you down. But I really...
Don't cry, Filial. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed, yes? Remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver. Don't let yourself be controlled by your emotions.
Of course. I'll remember.
Dry your tears, and go pursue the life you really want.
Yes, Father.
Chaplot,
Not that
Fultz,
they will
Elwar,
remember what they
take
want,
them
right?
back to Poisson. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them, the choice is yours.
Oh, for them? You mean like they take the pond and they're not even the Fatui anymore? Interesting.
Goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your father. Thank you for all you've done for the house. I hope you have bright futures ahead of you.
Father.
Let's go.
Here, grab my arm, Lemmy. I'll help you walk back.
I think he's fine on his
Thank you.
own. And Clervie?
Clervie.
Oh boy, now it's gonna get worse. Oh yeah, she's standing in the shadow. And now there's night.
Can we talk now? I've been waiting for a super long time. You really are Perry, aren't you? I haven't seen you in so long. How come you're all grown up?
Yes, she doesn't understand.
Wait, did I somehow travel to the future on accident?
Sure, why not?
Or am I dreaming?
Neither. You died, Clervie.
Just
That's what happened.
throw the horrible truth at the kid.
You could have at least sugarcoated it a little. Look, she's done speechless.
Yeah, this is really Clervie's younger self, then I would say she's probably had enough of lies.
Oh. Okay then. Huh? That's it? You accepted it just like that? Yep.
Yep,
That's what Perry says happened.
that's what it is.
Then I believe her. Perry wouldn't lie to me. Plus, I don't really
Well,
need to
she
know
lies a
why
lot
I'm like
for
this.
us.
I'm more curious about what happens in the future. If you're a harbinger now, Perry, that means Mother is gone, isn't she?
But will she accept that?
Can you tell me about it? I want to know what happened to her.
Oh, I know what happened.
And to me.
You never stopped trying to defy fate. At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night sky.
And
You
why
wanted
not?
to see the aurora.
The
so
moon
one
is
night
beautiful
we
at
promised
night.
each other we would go
Even
to
if it is
Snezhnaya to see
fake,
it together.
probably. Still don't know.
Later on, you tried to run away.
There's no
but
information about
you
false
were brought
sky.
back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. Instead, she decided to make an example of you by slowly torturing you over time. That way,
How
the other
awful.
children would know what
Why are the
happens to
parents in
traitors.
Genshin so bad?
Still, you never gave up. Mother
Like
hoped
no
that
one
through
knows
ruthless
proper
duel after
parenting.
ruthless duel,
How do
she
you
would be able
people
to crown an
survive?
ultimate victor among the children she raised. But you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties.
Exactly.
Your
That was the
efforts
best option.
may have only delayed the inevitable, but still. You gave them hope. You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure.
I still think Clervie would be alive
Still,
today if
You never turned your sword on Crucibina,
Perware would just
and
go
you never turned it on me.
fight on her own.
On that gloomy day, you told me, for the last 16 years of my life, I've done everything I can to fight for freedom. But now, I realize that the only freedom I truly possess is the freedom to choose to die.
I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn down, but somehow, I still think I understand. According to Mother's plan, only one of us was going to make it until the end.
Yeah, well, that's by the
I
plan.
always hoped that person would be you. If I could do it all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice.
Really?
Even when I first met you, I knew you'd be able to do what I couldn't.
Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand what kind of freedom you were trying to pursue. But as the head of the House of the Hearth, and as the children's
You'll never
father, I've tried to
understand
give them
them.
the most basic of freedoms. The freedom to choose their own fate. It's something I discussed with the Eudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets
Oh, is
pertaining
that
to
what
the
you talked
organization.
about?
In return, they will be allowed to live a normal life in Fontaine without... Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove themselves
see.
worthy of
So
it.
they have to still fight
Only
for it,
freedom
and
that
they
is
might,
earned
they
has
might
true
still get
value.
killed. Really?
That's more than enough. That's exactly the kind of life I was fighting for. You know, Perry, I think you're a pretty amazing
Gonna
king.
Take
And
a
a really
picture
great
of this.
father, too.
I don't
really
think
happy
she's
that You're the
amazing.
one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret,
As
though.
a playable character,
I
yeah,
still
she's
haven't
amazing.
seen the outside world.
In terms of character, no. She's not an amazing person.
Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and
Oh,
traveled
yeah,
to
I've been.
countless places. Perhaps they would be willing to tell you what the outside world is
Okay,
like.
story time then.
Really?
Really? Yeah.
Of course! We've traveled all over the place. We've got so many stories, we could probably talk your ears off for 3 days straight!
Oh, I have a choice, probably one of them, right? Mondstadt, Liyue, Inazuma, Sumro. Not Fontaine, though. At one point, yeah, she is in Fontaine, but she hasn't seen much of Fontaine. Why couldn't I explain about that? You know, I'm gonna choose Inazuma.
Those yokai you mentioned, what do they look like?
All kinds of strange beings.
I once saw a drawing of this one guy with horns on his head and a super scary face.
Oh, that's Ito.
Are there any yokai like that?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, it sounds like you're talking about an Oni. Yep, we've met one, and let Paimon tell you, they're not nearly as scary as they look.
Oh, I get to choose all of them, okay. The land of Animo.
You know, I used to dream of being a bard.
Oh, come on, this is gonna
Playing
make
the
me
lute while
sad.
singing into the winds of freedom.
She's not gonna reach her
Even if there was
dreams.
no one there to listen, I would have continued to sing no matter what.
I understand, Clervie. I'm sure you do. Talk about land of Geo. Oh wait, there was
That's where Mora comes
Fontaine.
from. I never knew that before. If I had some Mora, I would buy 3 new dresses. One for me, one for Perry, and one for Mother. It's
yeah.
just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses.
Yeah, shame on you.
Mother? She probably wouldn't accept something like that either. I guess I'd just have to keep them all for me then. I could wear a different one every day.
Yeah, you could. Talk about the land of Dendro Nation.
I was always too afraid to skip Mother's fighting lessons. But at the academia, I bet you could do all sorts of secret things in class. Things that have nothing to do with studying.
Ooh, maybe today,
I'm
but
just
not
kidding.
previously.
Being able to study whatever you want without having to fear for your life actually sounds pretty great.
Tell Claire about the various nations you visited, eventually comes here, return to
The
Fontaine.
situation was super dangerous. Lenny and Lynette were accused of committing a crime.
Oh,
and
the
they were
trial.
going to have to stand trial at the Opera Epicles. Oh no. That must have been hard for all of you.
I'm really standing
What
here for
happened
3
next?
days.
Don't worry. We were able to turn the situation around super quickly. All thanks to Detective Paimon,
Detective
of course.
Paimon's back.
How'd you do that? Come on, tell me. Ahem. Okay, so it was like this. After the
gonna
failed
get a
magic
blue
show, we
cat.
rushed to the scene and...
Claire's listening really intently to Paimon's story about our time in Fontaine. She seems really happy. Like all her troubles have been forgotten. Maybe this is the first time she's ever been able to truly relax, but I'm not sure how long this moment can last.
Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they
Yeah,
encounter
that's
is
sad.
quickly forgotten over
But she
time.
can interact with us. Time passes, she'll probably forget everything you told her and go back to being a scared little girl who could only hide in the shadows. If I was busy thinking, I almost didn't notice the sun has risen. Oh wait, she's in the sun. Right?
Clervie, you've worked tirelessly from the shadows to overthrow the House of the Hearth. Now, by my authority as the Knave, I shall announce how this matter ends. You are hereby expelled from the House of the Hearth. You are no longer tied to this place, nor are you bound by its rules.
You're saying that I can finally leave? I get to experience the outside world as well?
Well, I wish you could.
Oh, I almost forgot. There's no getting older for me. Still, seeing who you grew up to be, Makes me really happy, Parallel. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
May we meet again someday.
Oh boy, that's so sad.
Clervie. She left so soon. Paimon didn't even get to finish her story.
I also have certain sentiments left unsaid. I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Snezhnaya was just as beautiful as the ones in the pictures.
Why didn't you say anything?
But a shadow's memories reset at dawn. Had we delayed any longer, we wouldn't have had the time to say goodbye. Whatever regrets may linger, let them be lost to the coming of a new day.
Lenny, why are
Father?
you back?
It's Linny! Hey, Linny!
Why are you back? Were we here so
What is he
long?
doing back here? Let's go check it out.
Father, the bottled flames have been administered.
No, to
Filio
those
and the
two.
others have...
And you? What have you decided?
Yeah, what's gonna happen to you and the others?
Thank you for giving us that choice, Father. But we never wanted to leave the house. It's the only home we've ever known. Lynette and Fremine feel the same way.
So you're not gonna
They're
leave.
recuperating back at the Hotel Bouffe d'été. But I decided to come back and tell you where we stood.
I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house.
Oh, again this
Yet
thing.
you seem to have different ideas.
It seems like you never learn, Arlecchino. She is basically doing the same thing as the previous Nave.
I must admit, I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing wrong with choosing to live a quiet life. Leading this organization is a
Maybe he
heavy
will take that choice,
responsibility.
but later.
One not so easily carried by someone forced onto the throne.
I just never understood what you saw in me. What made you believe I was deserving of that throne?
You're brave, talented, and, most importantly, you cherish your family. You would do anything to protect them, even if it costs you your life.
Speaking up back there was so brave of you, Linny. It's all thanks to you that we were able to convince Father to back down.
You're a hero, Linny.
You should shut up, you little kid.
Hero. Father is the
Yeah,
real
hero.
hero. Had Father gone all out during the duel, there's no way I would have walked away with my life. She must have had it all planned from the beginning.
Who
From the
knows?
very
It's hard to
moment she
understand
suggested a
her.
duel. I'm not deserving of that title. I'm not strong enough or smart enough.
You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction and the necessary strength to act on it. We may have different ideas of what it means to be a family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. What you truly lack is strength. For someone of your talent, though, that's something that will come with time. Even without
And
that
sort of
strength,
it, yeah.
you still chose to face me in a duel, even though the odds were stacked against you.
There
That capacity
There was
to
nothing
honor
else
your
to do but
convictions
fight back.
is what I truly see in you.
Father.
No one knows what the future holds, what tragedy or triumph may be in store. Being at the head of this organization requires the strength of will to face whatever comes. Caution will only hold you back.
Although now that I think about it, maybe no. Maybe the three won't use the bottles. And actually Linny might, you know, take over the House of the Heart much later. Let's say Arlecchino gets killed in some sort of way. That's
if
my
reaching a certain
prediction
standard
now.
were required to go after what you want, I would never have succeeded in killing my predecessor. Back then, there was still a considerable gap between our abilities. Strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions will never be worthy of the throne.
I understand, Father. Thank you.
Children must grow up to surpass their parents. Only then can a family continue to flourish. The road ahead is not an easy one, so I'll ask you one last time. Are you certain you want to stay?
You've done so much for me, Father.
Well, he's gonna
and
say
that kindness
yes.
must be repaid. Plus, with
Oh,
Project
see.
Stuja at hand, there are many dangers ahead. And I, for one, don't intend to back down.
So maybe Lily will be the next.
Protecting my family at
leader.
all costs. That's my conviction.
But I think he will be a better leader than Arlecchino.
Then you're welcome to stay.
He's not a
As for
ruthless
Project
killer.
Stuja, you need not be too concerned. If those cowardly businessmen and heartless dignitaries try to take us down, I'm prepared to teach them a lesson.
Oh, I know who's she talking about. It's greater than the Rooster.
Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider hiding in the shadows. We need only wait for our prey to come to us. At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no sacrifice shall be in vain.
Is that foreshadowing something? Crimson Moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. Does that mean she's going to cause an uprising in Snezhnaya? Once we get there.
As for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or foe,
I still
I'll
remember
remember the
Wanderer
camaraderie
says
we
she
shared
can
in this
betray even the
moment.
ZCryse if she wanted to. It's no understanding why she's even following.
no matter how arduous the journey ahead, I hope we both reach our desired destination.
Wait until 2 days later. Okay.
Much better.
Whew, what a relief.
What about you? Are you feeling alright?
Rise rain.
I knew you'd come out unscathed. Us, on the other hand, well...
Still,
been bedridden
it was
for
odd
2
that
days.
Ether used only physical
even
attacks
turn
and no
over.
elements against Arlecchino. Was Ether also trying to hold back or
Oh,
what?
and I wanted to
Didn't
ask...
seem like he was
is
trying much.
Clervie... gone?
Yeah, she's gone, sadly. Good thing I took plenty of pictures to remember her.
Linny and the other members have left Poisson and returned to the House of the Hearth. According to him, there haven't been any more sightings of a spirit roaming the house.
Of course, we bid her farewell under the blanket of sunlight.
I see.
I'm glad. Father came to check up on us 2 days ago and told us about what happened with Crusabina and Clervie.
Oh, you didn't know?
Actually, I've met Crusabina before.
Wait, really?
Wait, what? You've met the former knave?
Crusabina died a year after Clervie. It was during the year between their deaths
Wait.
that I joined the House of the Hearth.
Wow. So that's why Fremine was so worried. He knew these things. Wait a minute. Now if I think about it, in that trailer I watched, it was Fremine then that Arlecchino found him, so he was found first.
Crusabina had an extremely cruel and radical way of doing
Interesting.
things. While she was alive, the atmosphere in the house was suffocating.
I bet it was.
When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end, and all the people involved, dead and injured alike, were gone.
That's horrible.
Crusabina never talked about the past with us newcomers. A couple of months after I
But you
joined,
found out, right?
Father killed Crusabina and burned all her files. With that, the names of all the people subjected to her experiments, Clervie included,
Ah, I see.
were lost to the flames. along with the painful memories.
Father took in Lenny and me a couple months after that, but she never mentioned anything about Crucibina or Clervie.
So it was only Fremne who knew.
It really seems like something she was planning to keep to herself. The last time you talked to her, did she mention why she kept it a secret for so long?
She said she didn't want us to be affected by the darkness of the past. She was worried we'd develop a false sense of gratitude towards her if we knew about it. The foundation of a family should be free of any corrupting influence. Whatever happened in the past, it has nothing to do with who we are now. And that's what Father told us in the end.
But I still thanked her for everything. It was only after hearing about what Crucibina did that I finally realized how insignificant our lives could have been.
That's right.
The members of the house meant nothing to her.
Is it so much better? Of course you're alive, but
even just as a tool,
you're forced to be in the Fatui
too
now.
much credit. If Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth, I probably would have already...
Probably, who knows? We don't know. She saved you in the end.
Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. She doesn't believe that being indebted to her should be what ties us together. But even if we didn't owe her anything, we would still choose to stay.
She lacks any
Because we
emotion.
may have arguments or times when we feel wronged. Some people may even choose to leave. But as long as Father is here, we will always have a home.
Whether the path before us is bathed in sunlight or shrouded in shadow, we'll follow Father wherever she chooses to go. So I wanted to say thank you for helping us make it through this crisis.
It was no problem.
Without your help, we could have lost a lot more along the way.
Yeah, you could have probably. I didn't step in. There would be not just 2 dead bodies. There may have been 7.
Oh, we didn't do anything, really.
Yeah, just invite us back as guests and we'll call it even.
Of course. You're welcome any...
Are Filial and Nantoy okay?
I actually saw them at a cafe this morning.
So just check up on them. How did the potion work?
They didn't recognize me. From what I could tell, they were drinking coffee and talking about one of the operas that started running recently.
Okay, well that's a good thing.
They seemed happy.
Hopefully they have their goals.
I would say they finally found the kind of life they always wished for.
And there we go. The quest is complete. Oh, got a furnishing there. Yeah, well, mostly this story was sad. Beyond sad. Got to see Clervie, got to see how she goes. She goes away, never to be seen again. And Arlecchino is beyond complicated. I just don't know what to expect from her in the future. Well, I like this quest a lot. It was complicated. So that's it for now, and until next time.